So I did read all day yesterday. It is now Tuesday, and yesterday I finished Circe. So if you guys watched my last vlog, you will know that I was trying to finish Circe by the 31st. Today's the 31st, so I finished it on the 30th of July. So I met my goal, and you guys can read up on my Goodreads how I felt about the book, but it wasn't my favorite in the world. Actually, I'm reading this with a few different people from this like group chat I'm in, and like I really wanted to like this. It was actually my idea that we read Circe, and then it just so happened to be the one that everyone voted for in our Twitter poll. But I didn't like, I don't know, I could have definitely loved it more. It was more of a like adult novel that was more like trying to be profound in it, and like I just found that it wasn't exactly my sort of way. I like to hear stories. I don't really have anything against the plot. The plot was really good and interesting, and the end of the book really did like redeem a lot of it for me. But saying that, it still just was not my favorite book. But why I opened my camera was because I'm about to go to work, as you can tell by the fact that I'm like half ready and in my jammies. Oh, my floor wasn't really dirty when I showed you guys that, but I need to pick a book for what I want to read today. So I'm thinking, and it's probably because this color is just so much different, than the rest of the books around it, that I want to read Skeith, or however you say it. Okay, that's staying there. Just because it's like literally like my bed's here, and it's not made, but it's like looking at me like every day. And I know the series isn't done, and I usually don't read series that aren't done, but I think I might make an exception and read this because it looks good and I've heard good things about it. So I'm grabbing this boy and putting it in my bag to bring to work today. Oh, today I choked on my spit there. So I have started reading. It looks like I'm naked, I promise. I'm wearing a shirt. This one, that I'm just gonna call this one from then on in because I just can't pronounce this title. And I'm actually super intrigued. I got a little bit into it, maybe like the first, oh, let's see how many pages. I am 80 pages into it, and I have to say the plot itself is really interesting. If you guys have not heard of this book called Skeith, I'm just gonna call it Skeith. It is about like a utopia of a sort, and in this utopia like immortality is possible just because like disease is completely cured. You can jump off a building, which is called like splatting, and like it takes like 4 days for your body to just like regenerate. All the world's knowledge is there. And because of this utopia, they have had to create a way that people die just so overpopulation doesn't happen. They even brought up the topic that, oh, well, they could just move to the moon or Mars. And they said, nope, that didn't work. It was awful. So, which I thought was really cool. So they have to have these people who are like masters of death, and they are called Skeith. God, I hate saying that word. And it, like, the book starts with this sort of like wise old Skeith going to two different people, a like 16-year-old boy and girl, who are obviously our protagonists here, and going to like kind of recruit them as apprentices. I'm like just now in the part where they are like finished their first day of apprenticing, and I have to admit I'm like pretty hooked into this book already, 80 pages in, and I'm already like, you know, wanting to see more, wanting to see what happens, super interested and intrigued about it. One thing I thought was weird was that this author's name sounded familiar, and then like me and my coworkers looked it up because we're all a bunch of book nerds and all we do is talk about the books that we're reading, and he has written something like 103 books, and of those 103 books I've never heard of anyone besides this one and the sequel to this one. So I'm like super intrigued that I like don't know of him. I would assume that would mean he's like not that well known of an author, maybe not that good of an author if he's written that many books. I've just never heard of him, but either way I like this, so I really can't say anything about it. Yeah, I don't think I have anything more to say. I'm gonna read this and hope that it goes over well. Also, I finished 7 books this month. It is now July 31st. I'm definitely not gonna finish this by the end of the night. Like, that's a little ambitious. I'm gonna go see Mamma Mia 2 for the second time, so I won't have time to finish this. Also, I should talk to you guys about Mamma Mia because I'm super obsessed. I spent my day at work. Like, I might have mentioned this before, but I'm kind of like a photographer for a museum. And as I'm like photographing all these photos, all I did was listen to like both the old soundtrack and the new soundtrack of Mamma Mia 1 and 2. And I just had the best morning because of it. Here I am dancing to like, you know, Mamma mia, doing my job right, had some coffee. Ugh, it was just a good morning at work, and then I started this book on lunch. So it's been a good day so far. Let's make it an even better one by seeing my newest obsession for the second time. Also, this looks so romantic. Oh, yes. It's later into the night now. I went for a hike, and now I can totally tell I'm very into this book because I caught myself getting up to like go and blow my nose, and I just like had my book with like my nose in it walking. So it's a good book so far. I would recommend it. I would recommend it. I'm like still only 100 pages in, but you know, it's up there. What's up, guys? Sounds like there's a dog fight going on outside my house. Should I be worried? Okay guys, it is literally the next day, so it's Wednesday? Yeah, okay, so it's Wednesday now. I've done nothing today. I got home from work and I didn't even go, like I hike every night with my dad. Didn't even make it on the hike. I fell asleep. My dad apparently tried to wake me up. It did not happen. So I've done nothing but sleep and go to the grocery store tonight. So I'm like halfway through Scythe already, and I started it yesterday, so that's awesome. I'm actually thinking about doing an entire review on it just because it's such an interesting novel. Like, it has the best plot and so many great things are happening, but I feel like I have a lot more to say about it than just that. So I think I want to make a video review of it because there's a lot I could talk about. But so far, I'm thinking it's like a 4-star book. The only thing is that the characters, like the two protagonists, are just so bland. Like, I don't feel like I have a connection to them at all, but then everyone else seems so interesting, and like what's going on is really interesting. So it's cool to read a book in which I love the plot but don't know the characters. I don't know if the author's doing it in a way to keep them mystery, or if it's just like, it's like how he writes characters and I'm just totally not picking up what he's putting down. Also, my forehead is so shiny because my moisturizer. Look, it's like gleaming. Okay, I'm probably not even gonna film for the rest of the day. Let's hope I do something more exciting tomorrow than, you know, sleep. I really meant to show you guys this morning me taking a Bookstagram photo, but I just completely forgot, obviously, and the photo was already taken. But I guess I can pull out my phone and show you what I did. Just drop my phone a little bit there. So I was taking photos with, you can barely see here. Maybe. I can literally just post the photo over top of it. It doesn't matter. But I was taking photos here. This is like something I've owned for a while, and then I just grabbed like crystals. I've got these fake flowers I put in literally every one of my posts. I got them at the dollar store in case you guys are ever like interested in stepping up your like Bookstagram game. I guess this is a little like 5-second tips and tricks. I grabbed this cacti because I have a multitude and it was that one's time to shine. I believe I named him Atticus, but I don't know if I love that name anymore. I might name it Charlotte after Charlotte Holmes because I love that series and it's prickly and mean looking but really cute. So Charlotte Holmes. This one's name's Lydia, but Lydia's going through such a temper tantrum right now. Like, she's like falling apart. Her life's a mess right now. I'm not sure what to do. I'm pretty new in the plant world, to the point that I'm even creating my own plants, like propagating them. Oh, you totally are. Okay, anyways, yeah, so getting back to what I was talking about. And then I was gonna put Skeeth in like my Bookstagram photo, but I like found that I was making everything too cute and like the cover is a little bit more like darker. So I'm gonna try and do that in a different time, probably after I finish the book where I have a bit more to talk about in my post. And yeah, I got my coffee too. So let's hope I have a good Thursday. I don't feel like going to work right now. Literally here watching The Handmaid's Tale on my laptop, like just pretending I don't need to work in like half hour. Also, I woke up stupidly early this morning and decided not to shower, as you could tell by my bun. So I've just got a lot of time to, you know, do some stuff in the morning. Always makes me feel good. Little change of scenery for my Friday. You might be wondering where I am and why there's a bunch of boxes, but I'm at work because I didn't want to freak out so much at home because my parents were sleeping, because I work fairly early, that two things actually since I've last updated you guys. Maybe I'll put you down. Nope, I'm not putting you down. So First thing is that I got an email from HarperCollins slash Frenzy, which is like their young adult thing, inviting me to a like, it's called like Frenzy Presents Fall 2018, and it's basically this party for book influencers that are like there to see what books are announced for the upcoming like fall term or something like that. Either way, I'm freaking out. I know of 2 people that are going that I'm friends with already, Destiny Murtaugh, I'll link their channels, and then Jay from, I believe her account is J Love Books. Anyways, I'm freaking out because 1, I get to meet my friends who I didn't even realize were going when I RSVP'd. 2, I got invited to a book event for being a book influencer. Like, I feel like, I don't know, freaking out because I was like recognized, I guess. HarperCollins is like the only company I've ever gotten arcs from, and so the fact that like I was on their list for someone to be invited to this, they definitely invited Canadian people. Like, I mean, I live 3 hours away from Toronto, so I don't know how I'm doing it, but I'm taking the trek out there just to be able to go to this event. I will obviously vlog it, whether it's in my like weekly reading vlogs or, you know, its own vlog, because it's that important. I know I'm getting like a bunch of arcs. Apparently I was like googling how, like past years, get a bunch of arcs of the upcoming books, and like I don't know if you guys know who HarperCollins is, but they published Red Queen, they published The Hate U Give. I'm literally freaking out, and there's a guest author there. I forget who it is, but here, you know what, I can just Google it. I'll look at the email. But like I get to meet an author and, you know, talk to her. And not to mention that, but like as a marketing student going to HarperCollins and meeting their marketing department, like, yeah, that sounds like a pretty good setup, I guess. It's Lori Forrest who I'm gonna be meeting, who I kind of feel super inclined to read some of her books, though I already have such an extensive TBR, and the event is like late August, so I don't know if I'm gonna have a chance. But either way, still super happy to meet this author who is signed by HarperCollins. Trying not to freak out. I found out at work yesterday and like danced a little bit because I was so excited. But that leads me to my next thing, that I woke up this morning to my 1,000 followers or subscribers on YouTube, and I just feel like that was such a milestone I've been wanting to hit for so long. I saw it getting close to like I got to 900, maybe tweeted, and I was like, hey guys, guess what, I'm at 900, I'm freaking out. And then like ever since it got to 900, I was just like watching the numbers go up, and for maybe like a week it was at like 990, and I was just like, oh my god, like I can't just keep staring at these numbers. I'm not gonna look. Woke up and it was at 1000k. Totally gonna do a Q&A, totally gonna do a giveaway over my Twitter, because I feel like my Twitter is where I talk to the book community the most, other than like my comment section. So if you want in on the giveaway, go follow me on Twitter. If you wanted to ask me questions on the Q&A, I'll probably do like a mix of Instagram and Twitter and maybe even comments. I'm just literally freaking out. Yeah, I should probably get back to work. If my boss is watching this, I promise that I'm working. I just also brought my camera to work too. The camera. So if those clips weren't obvious, because I don't think I introduced it, I was over at my family's cottages for my family reunion for the long weekend. Just totally burped. I just had McDonald's, so I'm feeling like super full. But I did that for the long weekend, so it is now Monday, but I seem to always start my vlogs on Tuesday, so I wanted to give you a little bit of a wrap up. I actually finished Scythe this morning, and it was a really good book. I'm totally gonna like actually sit down and review it, and like do a review maybe even tomorrow. But I'm not gonna continue with the series, but it's not because I don't like it. It's because it's only out in hardcover and I just don't have $20 to spend on a book that I'm only like, I mean, I liked it and I did love the plot, but I kind of mentioned like I didn't care for the characters as much, and I found that very continued on later on throughout it. So that is why I'm not gonna read Thunderhead yet. I'm gonna leave it and see, maybe when the third book of the series comes out, I'm gonna try and read it. But as for right now, I'm not gonna spend the money. So saying that, I picked up my next book, which is the book that everyone thinks I totally should have read already. It is Ember in the Ashes by Sabatier. I don't know why I haven't read this, but I've got the first two out of the trilogy, and I know the other one just came out, so it is my time to read it, and I know I'm gonna love it, so it's pretty much a guaranteed 5-star book. Oh god, I crinkled the pages. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this vlog. Like this video if you like this video, and subscribe if you feel like subscribing. I will see you guys next week. And, you know, in between for more videos. Bye. Gotta do the hand thing.